Oh, hey Google. What's the white stuff that comes out of your dick when you pee?
On the website ujalacygnus.com, they say smegma. It is a thick
smegma.
Hello, weary traveler. It's quite late, and you have found yourself in the middle of the Smoke Creek Desert. You're on the road to a private Airbnb your family rented for Uncle Maurice's celebration of life ceremony. You never really liked Uncle Maurice. One Christmas, he got you a bunch of Skylanders toys, but you didn't have the game, or a Wii, for that matter, so they were as good as useless. You and your older neighbor friend Joey did have some fun shooting them with his airsoft guns, but you never told Joey about the remorse you felt afterward. You wonder what Joey's up to. Last you heard, he was shipping off to Iraq. What's frustrating about this trip is that Uncle Maurice isn't even dead yet. He's going to be there. Who goes to their own celebration of life ceremony? You find the whole thing a bit gauche. As you speed down this long stretch of desert highway, you start to feel nature calling. You pull off to the side of the road and shut off your 2014 Honda CR-V. You get out of the car, unzip your pants, and let that piss fly. Relieved, you look up at the stars. You lived all your life in Las Vegas, and the light pollution makes it hard to see anything at night. After a brief pause, you hear a coyote yowling in the distance, so you hop back in your car. You plug in your cracked iPhone 11, turn on an episode of your favorite podcast, and drive into that cold, dark night. Welcome back.
I'm Joe Rogan.
I'm Joe Rogan's friend.
Welcome back to the Sewerboys Podcast. This is episode 10. I'm your host, Vinny. I'm joined by Tucker.
Started watching The Bear. Turns out it's about a cook. So I turned it off. Started watching Severance. Turns out they're still working there.
And Matt.
Says I can't get into the docks.
Fucking Jesus Christ. And broadcasting to us live from the Central Missouri Agriculture Expo, Jake.
Officials in Connecticut are looking for the man who left a dead golden retriever in a dumpster.
What? Is that real?
It is real. I found it out, like,
No way.
I thought that's my intro.
If you're a cop and you find a dead golden retriever in a dumpster, mind your fucking business, man.
Yeah. Stop looking where you don't belong.
Yeah, if you look in dumpsters, you're gonna find some fucking dog corpses. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, what is this dog corpse doing in a dumpster? Where would you put it, genius?
Hey, there's a dog in here.
Defund the police. They are wasting their time.
Steve, found something troubling.
Steve, get over here. Come take a look in this dumpster.
Mud
That's on my
dog found
Steve?
shot dead in Brazil.
Oh no!
What is it, fellas?
There's a fucking dog in here.
There's a dog corpse. We got it. There's been another dog murder. This is the 7th one.
Feel its pulse. It's not breathing.
It's covered in mud.
Steve, you got to give the dog CPR right now. You really got to get your lips on their lips because our lips are different shapes. You have to create a seal, Steve.
Now someone start whimpering.
Oh my God, Steve.
I did it. I saved this little
You
dog.
saved a life today. That's your ticket to heaven.
I'm getting into heaven.
I'm an angel.
Dog, you're still covered in mud.
I'm all dirty.
You're going to go to heaven even though you...
Okay, yeah. Welcome to episode 10, everybody.
This is episode 10. Boys, they said we couldn't do it. This is double digits.
You know, I did think it would be nice. I didn't run
Yeah.
this by you at all.
Hit me with
I did
it.
think this would be nice. It would be nice if we, opened up a little bit and like we had like an icebreaker, but it was like kind of genuine.
I remember you telling me about this
Just
actually.
because I think we come across as terrible people,
Interesting.
and I think it might be nice to let them know that we're not. We're just really
But
funny.
do we want to break the facade? Like, I feel like we're like Always Sunny if it was real.
No, that's not true.
Because terrible things do happen.
No, I don't
to
think
us.
that's true either. But I'm like, should we try to maintain that persona? You know,
No, I don't
Of-
think so.
of
I think
being
people like.
little-
It's my first Sona, honestly.
I think people like it when you're genuine.
That's true. I try to be genuine. I don't know if I'm an open book or not.
So
actually.
Matt, I have a question for you.
I don't try and be genuine.
Now Matt, I don't think has ever been genuine in his life. No offense.
That's not true. He's about to be
not
genuine.
true.
It's rare.
I have
I'm
some.
genuine more in person.
Matt
Once I see a camera lens, I'm never genuine.
I have some icebreakers for us.
Okay.
Well, one.
Okay.
You have one icebreaker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt, tell us about your first sexual experience.
Oh, okay. See, I feel like that's not a good one because it's like, okay, it was in a car. It was in the back of a car.
Go into detail.
It was in the back. It was in the back. Hold on. I'll pull up. I don't
What are you
remember.
Has a picture of the car.
I remember the.
I pulled up the video.
I remember the car.
Yeah, whoever's editing this, pull the video up, put it on Patreon.
I remember the car brand, but I don't remember what kind it was.
What was the brand?
A Chevy Impala.
It was a Saturn. I'm trying to tell you, it was a Saturn.
A Sega Saturn?
Yeah, that's a gaming console, buddy.
No, not a Sega Saturn. A Saturn. I don't know. It looked like.
You can't breathe on Saturn, dude.
Oh,
Baby, I fuck digital.
Baby, I fuck virtual.
I only fuck on the LimeWire or whatever.
I
the
had
fuck
my
it's
first
called.
sexual experience on Zoom.
Honey,
I'm slaying pussy on land.
honey, we're going in the modal.
A Saturn Ion.
Saturn Ion, that's crazy.
Back of a Saturn Ion.
They don't make Saturns anymore, right?
No.
That one's over.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. I can tell you why.
Why?
My ass was chafed.
Yeah.
Oh, during the sex.
You were sweating from the ass. You didn't wipe correctly, so you got a little bit of poopy on there.
I got a little bit of shit in the cloth seats.
There was
Yeah.
a mixture of liquids from the fucking.
It was.
Shit, piss, cum, sweat.
And I bought condoms
Blood.
at my local grocery store.
Oh, damn, shut up.
And that was.
Were you nervous?
No.
Was everyone nervous when they bought condoms for the first time? Well, not Matt, obviously.
Obviously not
I
mad.
thought it was funny.
I mean,
I was sweating. I was freaking out.
I thought it was so funny.
Did you buy them on your own?
Yeah, I walked down to Rite Aid.
Interesting.
cash or card?
Cash, because I was
You didn't want there to be a record.
They can
15,
trace it.
16?
okay. Well, to be fair, I don't think I bought condoms. Like legitimately bought
Oh.
them.
He's
for like.
wrong.
No. Because remember, at our school they had that condom festival.
The condom
yeah,
They just
carnival.
gave out a shit
I
ton of them.
remember at your school that I totally went to. They had the condom festival.
Okay, well, I didn't lose my virginity in fucking high school. All right.
Pussy.
Yeah, I'm a fucking little baby.
He had sex
Did you
when he
not
was a
go
little
to the
baby.
condom carnival, buddy?
No.
That's
yeah, we
crazy.
didn't go to those.
No, we didn't go to any events.
Oh, that's true. You guys
We
were too
went to
busy
one.
drinking beer and wrestling in your room.
We were drinking Four Locos, actually. Fucking asshole. Get your fucking facts right.
Freshman year dinner was a whole pizza and 2 Four Locos.
Yeah. Every night. And then
and then you'd wrestle and watch the Flash.
yeah, and then I'd fucking pass out on my bathroom floor. Wake up, there's fucking Cheez-Its everywhere.
Jesus Christ, I didn't even drink freshman year. But back to the condoms.
Why do you think I'm getting no Wi-Fi in this bitch?
Oh, fucking God.
Yeah, I don't think I bought condoms until I was like 21. Lost my virginity at like
I'll just
19.
fucking text it.
Well, they're not legal. They weren't legal.
Condoms
Or
are not
you're
legal.
from-
I'm just saying I also
They
didn't,
aren't legal.
I didn't buy my first condoms.
That's insane.
You know who did?
Your mom?
Was it your mom?
No.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, she
No.
got me condoms when I went off to college. She was like, "You need to take these." Didn't use them.
That's crazy.
Your
Will,
mom asked you for checkups, and you every time you like swipe the dust off of them and showed her on your little finger.
No, what? No.
I used to order 40 packs of condoms.
Okay, Tucker was laying pipe.
Oh,
like,
Tucker,
this is
I
just
got
the
skinny.
icebreaker
I
was just
got
a
skinny
fucking
in high
drag.
school.
It was-
Everybody wanted to fuck me. I'm Tucker.
did you actually order 40 packs?
I did. I had them for my mom. I remember
Wait,
the
you
first
had
time.
them for your mom?
Well, no, I hid them from my mom.
Okay.
I hid them. No, I remember the first time I got them, I was like checking Amazon constantly, like when's it getting delivered? When's it getting delivered?
Oh, that's a vibe.
And as soon as it got delivered, I ran up and grabbed them and I hid them on my bed because I was like, I don't want anyone to know about this.
But Amazon always packs discreet.
Would you say you used all of those condoms for sex?
Yeah. Well, no, because one time I jerked
None
off
of them
with them.
for extracurricular.
You
I had
jerked off in a condom?
I had to find out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I did that too.
I've never done that.
Well,
Interesting.
I put it on
I feel like that's like normal.
to figure
probably
out
is.
like how to put it on, and then I jerked off.
I just never thought to.
Yeah.
And then it was gross.
I don't doubt
Yeah.
It was more like I had to know that they actually worked. You know.
Yeah, I don't believe in this. I don't
it. Oh,
believe
you,
that.
you were
this-
testing. You were doing an experiment with
They
a...
lied to me in high school. I don't think they're telling me the truth.
What is it like?
I
99%
was a
of the time it
scientist.
works.
But sometimes the cum drips through.
Yeah, well, it
Especially-
depends how powerful your load is.
And if you poke holes in it.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, some people have powerful loads.
and there ain't nothing wrong with that. And I think we should encourage people to build up.
Hold in your cum and then spray it out like a fire hose.
Well, the thing about if you don't jerk off, this is true.
Wait.
If you don't
Yep.
jerk off, you're actually more manly,
Oh.
and you get more bitches, and you get more money.
I don't think that's true.
No, it's true.
Where'd
If
you hear this from?
Reddit.
Okay.
Yeah. Semen retention.
If you just hold it in because your balls fill up,
It's
they get
bad for.
bigger.
It's actually
No.
bad for you.
No, because it comes out naturally in your sleep.
That's true.
Mm.
Oh, here was a better question. What was everyone's
Seeps out
first
of you.
wet dream? Do you guys
I've
remember
never
it?
had one.
You've never had
Never
one?
had one, swear to God.
I don't buy that for a second.
I'll pinky
I
swear
don't
right now.
think. I'll be honest. I don't think I've had one where I woke up and I had fucking like cum all over me.
That's crazy.
I've pissed the bed for sure.
That's
Oh,
different.
I was pissing the bed.
That was wet.
Yeah. Matt, when did you stop
When did you guys
pissing the
stop
bed?
pissing
Be
the bed?
honest. No, be honest, Matt. When did you stop? Because I feel like.
I honestly have no idea.
Do you feel like it might have been later than normal kids?
I have a feeling mine was later than normal. I think the last time I pissed the bed, I was like 11 or 12.
Wait a second.
Okay,
Hold
said that in
on.
confidence.
Hold
no
on.
shade to Jake.
Wait.
I'm pretty sure I pissed the bed once in high school.
Interesting.
Just once.
Were you
though.
sick?
I don't-
Yeah, it, was,
I
No.
didn't make it
it,
to
it
high
didn't
school.
happen often.
Yeah.
Last time it
I
happened.
had a middle school bed piss.
But like, when did you stop?
Yeah.
I'm talking about regularly, not like.
Okay, regularly like 9, 10.
I don't remember, honestly.
That feels late to me. But I also see. I was worried that mine was late because I feel like I remember getting older and my mom being like, "You got to stop pissing the bed."
Like you can control it.
Yeah.
Well, I used to be such a sound sleeper, and like
That's
my dad
true.
was always like, "You need to go pee before bed,"
I wish your
because I
dad
wouldn't
would've
wake
told
up. I
me
would just be
that.
pissing. And now I'm such a light sleeper. I
Interesting.
piss all the time.
What changed? Do you think that you stopped sleeping so heavy?
It's the
Well,
piss.
it was. I think it was the anger that my parents had when I kept pissing the bed.
You were afraid of getting in trouble, so you
Yeah.
I remember
I don't
one
know if
time.
I should admit this, but this is
No, hit
something
us.
I did once.
Oh,
Okay.
One time, I pissed the bed, right,
yeah.
and I didn't want to tell my parents about it.
Okay.
So
I'm
I just put a bunch of blankets over top, and I slept on top of it for like 4 days.
Oh no!
That rocks.
I was so scared.
No.
When's the
And then
last?
I just took all the blankets down for the laundry, and I was just like, "Yeah, I got really cold. I just wanted to wash these."
Bro,
When-
sleeping in pee-pee
When's
bed.
the last time you pissed yourself?
Oh man.
The
Oh
last,
god, long time.
yeah, the last time I pissed myself, I was actually about to tell this story anyway.
Oh.
When I was in 5th or 6th grade, I had to pee so bad, and I was waiting for my dad to pick me up from school, and I was freaking the fuck out, and I was like, "Dad, I'm gonna piss my pants. I'm gonna pee." And he's driving me home. I literally live like 5 minutes away from school. He's driving me home. As soon as we park, I just piss in his car.
You couldn't even get out and piss on the
No,
ground.
I couldn't hold it in any longer. I was just
Yeah.
like,
No,
I'm
does-
peeing. It's happening. I felt like a sim.
If so, say I was swimming in a river or lake.
That doesn't count.
that doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't
okay.
count, 'cause
So
you did that
sometimes
on
I
purpose.
pee.
Sewer boys are pro pissing in bodies of water.
But see,
Some,
no,
yeah,
I
some.
get what you're saying because sometimes when I'm coming home from work and I have to take a fat shit
Oh yeah.
and I pull in the driveway, I'm like, it's like something psychological.
Yeah.
Yeah, when's the last time you shit yourself?
I was a baby, probably.
Does sharding count?
No, we talked.
Yeah.
Oh, sharding counts
how,
like
how
last
are we already
week.
back here once again.
If you have shit in your underwear, shit came out of you.
Okay. Just to be, I sharded last year. Okay.
I remember that.
Early,
oh yeah.
like earlier this week, I was telling somebody about our podcast,
Oh.
and they were like, "What do you guys talk about on there?" I was like, "Unfortunately, we just talk about shitting."
We do.
Poop, pee, cum.
Yeah.
It is
Just
just sewer
guy
podcast,
things.
and what happens in the sewer is shit and piss.
That's true.
That's true.
We got to get our pet rat.
Oh, that's true. Get like a Zuzu pet. Do you guys remember Zuzu pets?
Wait, I have a question. I have a
Some of them were
genuine,
ninjas.
I have a genuine question because
What?
I've been thinking about this for
Okay.
a while,
Here we go.
and we're opening up.
This is Matt's genuine question hour.
Yeah.
Will you guys pee sometimes?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
When
Sometimes.
when like this happens rarely.
Does blood come out?
No. So you're pissing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You haven't beat your dick in a while.
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm getting nervous.
Sometimes you pee, you're peeing, and then you're like, oh, there's something in there.
That's a fucking kidney stone,
And
brother.
then a little bit, and then a little bit of piss comes, and a little bit of cum comes out.
No.
That's no. That you need to see a doctor. That's
Yes,
not anywhere
related to
close
your
normal.
WD-40
I
incident.
don't think that's cum either. I think there's something else inside of you.
I'm
Oh,
Googling it
interesting.
right now.
I think you discovered a new liquid.
It's the WD-40 slowly leaking out.
Yeah. Here, we'll ask Google. Hey, Google.
You have to ask her.
Oh, I thought she'd say hello.
No, no.
Where is she?
She's behind you. She's listening.
Oh, hey, Google. What's the white stuff that comes out of your dick when you pee?
On the website ujalacygnus.com, they say, smegma. It is a thick
Smegma.
Are you kidding me? But it's not white.
That's fucking gross.
Wait, what
That's
do you mean it's
disgusting.
not white?
It's not white.
The stuff that comes out of your cock? What color is it then?
Clear.
Oh, well, same thing.
Well, cum is also clear.
Wait,
and cum is smegma.
Let me talk to Google. Hey, Google, is it normal when you pee as a man for a little bit of cum to come out?
On the website michiganmedicine.org, they say, it's perfectly normal, says John Stoffel, MD, a urologist at
Thank you, John.
Michigan.
That's crazy.
Some people have more urine dribble after voiding than others, enough so that it can soak through their hands, he explained.
I do be.
No, that doesn't mention cum. That's just
Yeah,
piss
I-
dribble.
Okay. Hey, Google.
Okay.
Sometimes I pee and a little bit of semen comes out.
I hope my neighbors can hear
On
us.
the website
Hey.
healthline.com, they say, some semen may remain in your urethra after the last time you ejaculated.
No, but you're saying you don't come for a while,
Right.
and then semen comes out.
It starts to leak. There's a leakage.
Condition in which semen enters your bladder instead of exiting out of your penis.
Oh, I didn't need to know about that. Now I'm going to be.
Hey,
You gotta
Meta
say about
AI, imagine pissing with a little bit of cum coming out.
Show me that.
Whoever's
All right.
editing this, I don't remember who edits
it's
the
harmless.
podcast. Can you throw up the picture?
All right.
It happens.
Can we just go to a story or something?
I just want to say, I just want to clear the line here that I'm not in any danger.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, we're opening up. Do you have any other opening up questions?
Well, I thought we could just start every podcast with opening up. I didn't expect it to go talk about shitting and pissing and coming.
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
this
I
was
mean,
the
that's
opening
like the
up
most
podcast.
private.
You did ask a sex
thing.
question, so I think it was a kind of natural segue. You know, segue.
Come way.
Oh,
Ooh. What did they say? Smegma way?
Schmegma way. Yeah, I live on
Schmegma.
Schmegma way.
Honey, how's my schmegma tasting?
Also, the head was very toothy.
Oh.
Huh?
Damn, you fucking got her. Damn.
You can't talk about that.
He asked.
He did ask.
All right,
Okay.
Jake,
Well,
what was your
listen.
first
You
sexual
guys were
experience?
probably young. She doesn't know.
Yeah, it was her first time, buddy.
Toothy head is a fucking like birthright or whatever the fuck.
Jake, did you ever have a near death experience?
Oh, many.
Okay. Can
There
you
was one time I was on a Boy Scout trip and we were laying pennies on the railroad track.
Oh my god.
And I was a perfectionist and I wanted to make them perfect. And I had to dive out of the way of the train as it came barreling towards me.
Someone call that autism.
Can I ask what the purpose of laying pennies on a railroad
It
track is?
flattens them and it molds the pennies together.
It makes a little
So
squishy.
you have one big penny.
You've never thought.
sounds
It's like if you've
fucking
ever been to the
stupid.
zoo and you put 2 quarters in a penny in there and it stretches it out. It's like that, but more dangerous.
Yeah, it rocks.
Now, what if you put 2 polar bears in like that thing that squishes cars?
Polar bear cube. That's my worst fear. Is
That's
ending
Minecraft.
up inside of a squisher.
A hydraulic press.
Yeah, like that would suck really bad.
There's a baler at work that bales cardboard and crushes that shit down. I think about it every day.
Yeah, if you ended up in there, it'd be game over, dog.
I would love that.
You get all crushed up.
No, I think I'm strong enough.
You could hold it open with your bare arms.
Yeah, I'm strong enough.
It's true. I'm trying to think if I've had any near-death experiences. I was in a car wreck one time,
Yeah, we know.
but like whatever. You know?
Yeah. One bit I loved to do for a while when Vinny and I lived together.
Oh yeah, you're
Whenever I knew he was in a car accident one time, and whenever I would drive him somewhere, I would jerk the steering wheel to make him think that we were gonna crash.
Yeah, you would like jump scare me with the
Yeah.
car.
And sometimes I yell.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
did that 2 weeks ago.
I know, it's funny.
yeah, you still do it
It was
sometimes.
funny.
It's funny to bring it back sometimes.
Oh yeah, we love a callback.
Well,
My
I
dad
just
used to do that all the time if we were driving.
Every time you
And
tell us something about your
I just
dad.
wasn't paying attention at all. He would always just be like, ah! Out of nowhere. And it really fucked me up as a
God, your
person, I
dad
think.
rocks.
Yeah, that's
no wonder
awesome.
your lights.
My dad would never leave me the fuck alone.
He was tormenting you to prepare you for the real world. Can we talk about the pictures that Jake's dad posted of him on Facebook?
yeah, they're my favorite thing.
I knew this was going to come up
Yeah.
on the podcast at some point.
Yeah.
I will say, my dad isn't allowed to post any pictures because Vinny will fucking take that shit and make it into something.
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to be with my parents.
You're not allowed to have family photos anymore because of me. Oh my god! I actually, that reminds me. My roommate that I live with now is a friend from high school, and I used to do that of him. I used to make little memes of him, with little captions of things that he said, and his like not his like aunts and uncles got really mad at me. They were like, "Why is he posting these pictures of you with all these bad phrases?" But they were all direct quotes. So I'm just, I'm innocent in this situation.
No, you're not.
I had a friend like that on Skype.
Damn.
He went to my Facebook and I don't know if you've ever seen the image Dick Butt. You remember Dick Butt?
No, I know all about Dick Butt. Yeah.
He posted Dick Butt on every fucking Facebook post that I had, especially even the family ones that people would post on my wall.
That rocks.
And my mom got really mad and she was like, "Who is this guy posting this image
That's
with a dick in the butt on your grandmother's photo?"
Poor grandma's picture.
Yeah.
What?
What are you doing, man? You okay?
He's gay now.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Sewerboys
Yo, shout
stand
out.
with the LGBT.
I won't dox him.
Shout out.
Dick Butt confirmed gay just now.
Oh,
So,
Just keep it
Jake, what was
alone
your
with it.
first sexual experience?
stop asking him that.
Why?
Why don't you
What?
answer?
Nobody's asked me.
Okay, Jake, what was yours?
Okay, sex or sexual?
Well,
Because the sexual is funnier.
define sexual.
Like non-sex, but hand and mouth stuff.
Hand in mouth stuff.
Hand and mouth.
I don't like
yeah.
how you said
Hand,
that.
foot, mouth disease.
Yeah. Hand and mouth
That one's
disease.
funnier
Okay,
than,
do that.
than first sex story.
Okay, tell it. I guess.
It was with my high school girlfriend.
Mhm.
We were together for 3 months at this point. We went to go see SpongeBob the movie 2,
I didn't-
nice.
Yeah.
and then we drove home, and I got a blowy. That's about it. That's
Why is
the
that
funny
funny?
part is that
Oh, it
because
was
we
on
saw
the way back from
SpongeBob prior.
SpongeBob too.
Mm,
What was
That
that,
was
one
the funny
called? Did
part.
that one have a name? That one had a subtitle, right?
sponge out of water, and my sponge was out of the water. I'll tell you that.
Hey, what does this USB thing do?
Whoa!
Oh, it's Jake. I feel like that was a good place to put that bit.
Remember manufacturing dicks on the show.
This podcast is off the fucking rails.
And I think that's what makes it enjoyable to the community.
We should read that fucking story now. Get it back on track.
Which
a little
one?
bit. Wait,
Because I can't
Vinny,
access the Google Docs.
your first sexual story.
I don't.
Tell it.
Tell it.
Do it.
Speak on it.
I like. I can't really like think of it.
Oh.
Bounce on it, crazy style.
I know you're not comfortable telling it, and I won't force you to, but that was a shitty response.
No, like I can like vaguely remember, but it's not interesting.
Okay, mine's not interesting either.
Mine was moderately interesting. Just fucking.
Matt was the only one who made his interesting. It's usually not interesting.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually good that that we let people know that your first sexual experience won't change you.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's where he's
You
going.
expect it to change your life, and it doesn't.
In the
Yeah.
moment, it does.
In the moment, I remember waking. So, have you guys seen 500 Days of Summer?
No. Well, that's the one where she's like, "I love the Smiths."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that clip.
No. Well, Joseph Gordon-Levitt has sex with Zooey Deschanel, and then the next day, he looks in the mirror and he looks like Harrison Ford, and
Oh
he does
my
a dance.
God.
Mhm.
That's what I expected to feel like. And I woke up and I was like, actually, I feel exactly the same as I did yesterday.
Nice.
I'm filled
Yeah.
with regret.
I'll say
What do you
your
mean?
first sexual experience is like the fast food of sex. You know.
Interesting.
No, I've had the fast food of sex.
That's
and it was
true.
not my first sexual experience.
You definitely have.
I've had sex with fast food. Wasn't my first experience.
You were fucking
either.
McChickens for sure.
Yeah.
Give me the McMayo.
I've had food so fast it felt like sex.
That's true.
I don't get that.
No.
What's your first food experience?
My dad taught me how to eat.
Yeah.
Wait, my first sexual
Ba-ba.
food experience or my first food experience?
You already said your first sexual.
I know, but sexual food or just food?
Well, do you have a
When
sexual
was the
food
first
story?
time you incorporated food in the bedroom, Matt? Crazy that you have to think about it.
I can tell you.
What?
Don't want to know.
I was
tell me.
there.
I think
I
it was
was
like
hiding.
2015.
2015.
Matt and I were playing hide and seek, and he forgot
I was
about
in
me.
high school.
Yeah, no
What
shit.
food was it?
It was just the classics:
Grapes.
Cheese,
whipped cream.
Jeez,
sprayed cheese.
it was a classic ribeye cooked medium.
Barbecue sauce.
Crackers,
Ketchup.
Mayo.
Bro was playing Mount Nipopolis.
shrimp,
That was his first
Pickle.
experience.
kebabs.
Dates. Maybe a walnut.
Corn on cob.
No, what happened was she put cracker, penis, cheese, cracker, and then just bit down really hard. And that's how I became circumcised.
And Mazel
Cracker
tov.
penis is crazy.
I know. I told her to go cracker, cheese, penis. She insisted.
You gotta get a little pepperoni in there next time. Well, I guess that's what the
Yeah,
foreskin is.
she
for.
made sure that's a Lunchable.
Should we do a story?
Call my
now?
shit.
Yeah.
Call my shit a feastables. Wait,
Call
hold on
my
a
shit
second.
Lunchly.
Hold on a second.
My first sexual experience.
Thank you. I was going to ask you that.
I couldn't quite get it. This is what I remember. I couldn't quite get it in there. So we were like trying different like locations.
What does that mean?
Like we start on the bed, go to like a table.
Oh, perhaps the counter.
Floor.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's all my
Shed.
childhood bedroom.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Desk, gaming chair.
Yeah. So like whatever object I had around, that was it.
Guitar
Baby,
stand.
hop on my Xbox 360.
And then-
Shorty, get in my guitar stand.
Get on top of my 42-inch CRT TV.
And then I just had sex.
Cool.
And I thought I was gonna feel like Harrison Ford and sing a song, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the truth
Yeah,
is that
instead
I'm deeply afraid of sex, and I don't like being a sexual being. It makes me uncomfortable.
You should be scared of it. It's coming after you.
You ever heard of? Hey, have you ever heard of AIDS?
Yeah.
You should
It
be.
does make me uncomfortable.
you
Like,
should
if it's
be
in a show,
fucking
I skip
afraid.
it.
Okay, wait. That's funny, Jake, that you said that.
No, and it does, like, it's a big measure of like what I rate a movie. So if I'm watching a movie and there's like a sex scene, I'm like, man, this went on for a little too long. 2
Interesting.
stars off.
No, see, I don't mind sex in movies or violence on TV. I'm not a family guy. But
We've literally made this joke before. We talked about this and we made that same joke.
Everything's the same forever.
Last time, I think we got it wrong though.
Yeah.
But
You weren't even on that episode. You listened still.
Yeah.
Look at you.
it's crazy that it's illegal to have sex in your car.
Well,
Yeah,
it's going to be
you
illegal
can
to have
become
sex.
a sexual predator
What?
No, an
if you
offender.
get caught.
Yeah, you broke the law. But I think you're past the
The statutes of limitations.
Yeah.
Statues of limitations.
the statues of liberty.
My first time almost happened in a car, but then I remembered that and I like backed away.
Whoa there. Yeah, your
I got
dad's a
scared.
cop. Your dad's a cop, though.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's against the law.
I
You
got
wouldn't
really
have
afraid.
sex in a car.
Not in my car.
Not in my car. You wouldn't have sex inside of a Chevy.
You wouldn't have sex in a car.
All right, let's go to the story.
Read that
All right.
fucking story.
Hey, now. The official logo for the hotly anticipated Star Wars movie, Wait.
Wait, can you read it with some conviction?
Can you read it correctly?
Just put some sauce on it.
I fucking hate this guy.
Just read it like you're a newsman.
The official logo for the hotly anticipated Star Wars movie, Eat My Dick, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
It's Grogu.
Grogu.
You know what it is.
You know about that little guy.
I know. I'm going to say Grogu, though,
Okay.
because I think
Okay.
it's funny if I'm intentionally wrong. The official logo for the hotly anticipated Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, has been revealed. This reveal comes long after the announcement of the picture and its treacherous filming process. Late last year, reports came through that Grogu, the titular character, also known as the child, also known as Baby Yoda, had sadly been slain on the set of the film. At the time, director, Marvel star, and chef Jon Favreau had this to say: "We are deeply saddened by the loss of our beloved child, our beloved Grogu. He will live on through us, me, for a very long time." The scene reportedly involved Grogu threatening to take his own life with Pedro Pascal's character. The Mandalorian's blaster. Oh, wait, fuck. The scene reportedly involved. If I had to stop and try and read this one more time, I swear to God. The scene reportedly involved Grogu threatening to take his own life with Pedro Pascal's character, the Mandalorian's blaster, in a face-off between himself and Darth Mandalore. Unfortunately, the weapons master on set. What?
The weapons. Can I just read it?
The weapons master on set?
It's a fucking film set.
The weapons master on set failed to double check if the blaster was loaded with laser stuff. We are not scientists. At the time, Disney executives pushed for the film to continue production immediately and to replace Grogu with a pet puppet. Fuck, I'm gonna kill myself with a puppet.
We gotta test you for dyslexia, man. Jesus Christ Almighty!
It was a funny story, dude. You're just butchering it.
Just-
Okay, read it.
It's too late
Let me
now.
do it. Let me do it.
Read it.
It's spoiled.
No, do it again. It's fine. Did anyone
I do
understand that?
think I have a disability.
Start fresh. Start
Why was
fresh.
that so hard for me?
The official logo for the hotly anticipated Star Wars movie The Mandalorian and Grogu has been revealed. This reveal comes long after the announcement of the picture and its treacherous filming process. Late last year, reports came through that Grogu, the titular character, also known as the child, also known as Baby Yoda, had sadly been slain on the set of the film. At the time, director, Marvel star, and chef Jon Favreau had this to say: "We are deeply saddened by the loss loss of our beloved child, our beloved Grogu. He will live on through us, me, for a very long time. The scene reportedly involved Grogu threatening to take his own life with Pedro Pascal's character, the Mandalorian's blaster, in a face-off between himself and Darth Mandalore. Unfortunately, the weapons master on set failed to double-check if the blaster was loaded with laser stuff. Parentheses, we are not scientists. At the time, Disney executives pushed for the film to continue production immediately and to replace Grogu with puppet and CGI. Bob Iger allegedly stated, "Nobody gonna know." However, Favreau pushed back, and after months of debate and mourning, the production commenced once again, opting to use Grogu's twin brother Tyler as a replacement. Only time will tell if the handling of Grogu's untimely passing will be handled with grace, but we at Sewerboys look forward to The Mandalorian and Grogu. Wow, that's so sad, but I'm glad, I have been a long time Tyler stan. And I think it's good that he's getting an opportunity.
I think that they should have just painted the Rizzler green and put little ears on him. Put that little child on my screen. I love seeing him.
I miss the Rizzler. What's he up to?
I'll say it.
Dancing.
I don't think anyone wants to hear this, but Grogu deserved it.
Why did Grogu deserve it?
He's a bad person.
Well, I heard those allegations that he smashed a PA over the head with a bottle. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that. He used the Force.
Yeah.
He's a drunk bastard.
Yeah, he was a drunk. The dude was like 50. I know he's baby Yoda, but he's like 50 years old.
He's a big dick.
Yeah.
He can't really speak either, which pisses everybody off.
No, yeah.
Because he just gets angry and starts crying.
Yeah.
Using the Force. He's just like jerking himself off and on set.
I mean, it created a really toxic environment where people were afraid, they don't want to speak up because they're afraid, what's he going to do to me? I mean, when you have this all-powerful being on your set, it gets dangerous.
Yeah, he might take you in the back room. He might show you his baby Yoda penis. We don't know what his intentions are.
He might show you his little Grogu.
He uses the Force to spread you.
Okay. All right.
He might show you his child.
He might make a little Grogu.
Yeah, he might make a new child.
Wait, what were you going to say after Vinny was done reading? Because I was going to say something.
No, go ahead and say what.
He didn't do much better than me.
He read it.
He did.
You couldn't make it through it. And now we can't make a TikTok. Are you happy?
I think we can.
We wanted to make a TikTok. We can't make one now.
I think me struggling to read might be a good TikTok. Put a hashtag disabled.
Hashtag disabled Grogu.
What was wrong with my take? My take was fucking fine.
You made similar mistakes that I did.
I got through Weapons Master, no problem.
Maybe I'm bad at writing. I don't know.
I will say there were a few very difficult grammatical errors in there.
Well, I will say I wrote it at work today, and I finished it right before we started filming.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it got more difficult at the end, for sure.
Well, it's hard to be me.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to think of anything interesting that's happened lately.
We could do hashtag autism speaks in it too.
No, Autism Speaks is bad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Hashtag autism
Yeah,
silence.
but I wish it would shut the fuck up.
Autism speaks too much in my life. I need it to quiet down a little bit.
Autism needs a fucking muzzle.
Jesus, man.
More like autism queefs.
If Shane Gillis was a fish, you think we call him Shane Gills?
I think I'd stomp him out.
Fuck you.
All right, let's move on.
That was harsh. That was harsh to you, Tucker. I'm sorry that Vinny
he's
did that.
anxious today. Leave him be. He's anxious. He's mean.
You're not nice.
I don't care anymore.
Bad.
You are not nice.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too, buddy.
No, I'm tired in like a more general, like a more grand sense.
Mm-hmm.
In the long arc of my life, I'm tired.
Okay,
Why don't we
so
talk
then
about it?
you have sleep debt, so you just need to sleep more.
No, I sleep too much still. Why don't we talk about it?
Yeah, why don't we talk about your tiredness?
Yeah.
Well, it's a result of the fact that I don't think my medication works.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I take these meds because I have OCD,
Mm-hmm.
and they did fix the problem where I'd wash my hands 50 times a day and look under the bed to see if intruders had gotten there. I don't do that anymore, but I still, every time I walk outside and I see another person, I'm like, they hate you, they want you to die.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Oh, me too.
I don't know how to fix that, but it's really been hard.
It's
lately.
interesting to me that you're like Monk, but you never had a dead wife.
Interesting. Does Monk have the problem where he looks at other people and he's like, they want me to die?
No, but he has the problem where he's like, I need everything to be clean.
Well, that's OCD. I mean,
That's what you just said you have.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't have a dead wife.
Is that just anxiety when you think that everyone's like looking at you?
That's the thing. I don't know. It feels.
I thought OCD was.
It feels like
the
a
repetition. I thought OCD was the one that involved repetition.
no. OCD is you obsess over things and you have compulsive behavior. So basically,
OCD is also repetition.
I mean, it is to some degree, but how it would manifest for me is like I would be like, basically, it's like if I don't do this thing, I'm going to die, and everybody I love is going to die, like shit like that.
Right.
Basically, that thinking. So like, I'd be like, if I don't wash my hands right now, I'm going to get a disease and I'm going to die, so I have to wash my hands. So I obsess over the idea that I'm going to die, and I compulsively wash my hands. You know,
Mhm.
compulsions. So that's how it works. That's an example, anyway.
Then okay, so I have like routines that I have to do every single day, and I have my own way of doing things. Is that OCD or is that or am I a little touched?
You did say that's such a funny way to put it. I've heard that before. I love that. But you did say the other day that you have to check that your door is locked like 4 times, and I was like, oh,
That
that's
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 the
OCD.
key OCD thing
Yeah.
for me
Yeah, but like
to recognize.
okay, here's an example. This is what I do to pick out my clothes every day.
Oh, interesting.
I take the first shirt, the first pair of pants, the first underwear, the first socks. That's it. And if I stray away from that, I feel like a big piece of shit.
Yeah, you got something.
And I can't choose clothes. I have to do it that way.
Okay, here's a question. If you is it an anxiety thing? Like, are you if you didn't do that, would you be worried that you were going to die?
No, I'd be worried of like, oh, I'm gonna like lose my like place and everything's gonna be fucked up because of that.
Interesting. It could be autism. It could be OCD. I mean, I think that these things all sort of bleed into one another, unfortunately.
Because like
Our
my brother's autistic, and my mom said that she got me tested.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I have like little things, and I'm like, well, maybe there's something.
I don't know. I don't
know?
think I think our testing is pretty rudimentary, unfortunately. Like I think psychiatry is still like a very young field, you know? Like we don't know that much. And the internet.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are not having fun with this conversation.
No,
I'm listening.
I
That's
am.
all.
I'm listening. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm autistic at all.
The internet is like an autism pill.
Matt, you have some things that I don't.
Indescribable.
It's you have like it's not a real thing, but like that thing that they say the bad kids have, ODD, oppositional defiance disorder, where somebody tells you to do something and you just have to do the opposite.
What the fuck does that mean? No, that's just a bit.
Yeah.
You're like that
Totally.
fucking children's book, Bad David.
You are like bad.
Stop
David.
bringing up Bad David. I don't want to hear about it.
Nobody knows what that is except for you.
That's Matt.
No,
That's Matt. Look it up. Bad David.
Matt.
David No. Whatever the fuck it's
We
called.
looked it up last time.
Hey,
We're
my
just
name's not
repeating
David.
like 4 podcasts ago.
I do want to say that in defense of my autism,
I'm not like stringing you up or anything.
No, I want to say that I definitely think I am because the other day, my girlfriend was listening to a podcast.
Was it
And-
this one?
No, they started talking about Halo,
Oh,
and I spent the next 45 minutes on Halo lore.
yeah.
And then
Oh.
I was like confirming that I was right because I've thought of how many times I've been like, I love Halo lore, but I don't know if I'm right
Oh, interesting.
because they said I just want to be accurate in my lores.
Yeah.
See, that's where I take
Is
a
that
step back.
I don't know if that's autism though. I mean,
Well-
like, I've definitely gotten deep into lore before.
Right, but,
when I
like,
was
yeah.
into Destiny.
Yeah, but see, that's Destiny and shit.
What the fuck do you mean?
Halo's autistic, but Destiny
They're
isn't.
both made by the same
No,
people.
I was gonna go off on a different branch
Okay.
and be like, I think it's the type of lore that you're into that's really fucking the key.
I don't think we can label people autistic because
Really?
they're into lore.
because I love Sonic lore and Transformers lore.
Well, the
that's
Sonic
just-
one.
Oh, that's like
nostalgia,
Prime.
though.
See,
the
yeah,
Sonic
no.
one.
Yeah, we say, oh, maybe we shouldn't label it, and then I bring that up, and then you're like, yeah,
Yeah, but that's so nostalgic for you. I don't know if that's like that leads.
It does
anywhere.
appeal to a certain subset of people. I don't know why. I don't
That's
know what
true.
it is about Sonic specifically that calls out to a certain.
He's blue and he's fast. What else could you want?
He's blue.
That's true.
and he's fast, and there's so many different animal characters, and they're all fighting this one guy that keeps coming back. I'll talk about Sonic right
Please
now. for
don't.
the rest of the
No.
You know
podcast.
what I just thought of? Like, so another example. Vinny, you remember, I forget what stream we were doing, but remember when we were talking about like shows we're watching and I was naming just like streaming services and shit? And you're like,
Yeah.
you have that all written down? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you have
Because
your-
I need to do that.
You have
Yeah.
your notebook of
So-
streaming services. You've got something.
Yeah, so I don't know what the fuck I have. I have something.
I think you're just unique. I think some people can just be unique. They don't
I
have
just
to
think
label
I'm
you're
it.
not
a special
autistic. I'm
guy.
unique.
Yeah, Tucker's anti-psychiatry.
No, I don't think anybody should be medicated. I don't think that autism is
Keep
real.
Kanye off his pills. I don't know if this is OCD or autism or whatever. When I was a little kid, I used to take my Hot Wheels.
And put them inside your foreskin.
Put them in your butt.
No, come on.
In your mouth.
I would take my Hot Wheels and I would line them up. I had this like
Oh,
sleeping.
on the spectrum,
this-
my dude.
I had this like sleeping bag that I like fully unzipped and I used it as a blanket. And I would line them up along the stitching and I would play traffic with them.
Yeah.
But they had to be like perfectly in a line.
Lining up toys is a classic sign. Because you know who did that? This guy right here.
What about
I was lining
And
up.
I would get
my-
embarrassed. My parents would come in the room and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Don't look at it."
It's my
What-
secret.
what about that reminded me of I used to love Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, that one
Oh
too.
my god,
And-
you're fucking patient zero.
No, Matt is the most stereotypical autistic guy I've ever met.
Wait, because it's gonna get better. Because my dad tells me about how he used to take me to this toy shop, and
It sounds like you're in the fucking 1950s England.
No.
Oh, my dad used to take me to the
we
toy
had
shop.
toy shops.
Oh, I take me to the train store,
There
daddy.
are toy shops
there are
around.
toy
Yeah,
shops.
I just
You
went to
ever
Toy
been to the
store.
Lego Museum?
You ever been to fucking Toys R Us?
No.
That's a toy store, not
What?
a toy shop.
You didn't have Toys R
Okay.
Us when you were you
No.
grew up?
Either way,
We had Walmart.
I went. Oh my god.
Bruh.
I went to this toy store, and every time I would come in, the employees were so happy that I was there
oh.
for the one reason where they could hold up a Thomas the Tank Engine, cover everything but its
Oh,
face, and I
no.
could tell exactly what it was.
Oh,
They were making you do
no.
tricks like a
The
dog.
color, I could tell them the color, the number, and the name.
Well, how old
You're
were you?
cooked.
Jake, I did this for many years.
That's so sweet, though.
Okay, I was
He
gonna
was
say, like, when you're a
16.
little kid, like, your first thing, like, every little kid has, like, a hyperfixation. Like, autism level hyperfixations. Every little kid
I
has
did
it.
not.
That term's been bastardized beyond use, I think, unfortunately. People are like, I'm into this. I'm hyperfixated. Shut up.
I was like, but no, little kids have that.
I guess so.
Like what?
Yeah, well,
Like, for me, it was dinosaurs.
No.
Like, stereotypically, like, little kids, but I could name you every single dinosaur.
I mean, yeah, I think little kids just like
Today,
stuff.
couldn't tell you.
Pterodactyl.
Well, I bet if well, see, this is why I'm a communist, because Jake, if you had all your basic needs met by society, you could still remember every dinosaur, but you got to worry about paying your bills and doing taxes.
That's so
and-
true. I've forgotten the names of dinosaurs, but I do know how to work a spreadsheet.
Wait,
Exactly.
do commies not pay taxes?
Don't ask me questions. I'm not that well versed. I just know what I believe.
I just realized Thomas the Tank Engine also trains. So
Shout out the trains.
I have had a feeling where my SSRIs have been like, I'm like, I don't know if these are working anymore.
Yeah, I've been feeling that lately. I'm worried because I upped the dose recently. Well, not recently, but like a number of months ago, and it things kind of bounced back for a little bit, but now I'm just like, damn, my anxiety is like worse than
Yeah,
ever.
you're back in it.
Yeah, it's the anxiety. It's like my OCD is under control in a very real way, but I am just so afraid all the time, and it's exhausting.
You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. You have to do exposure therapy.
See, I want to
No.
agree with that, but
yes.
I often in uncomfortable situations. Like I feel like I do frequently end up in situations where I'm uncomfortable, and it doesn't. Still, I return to like a baseline. I'm like Sisyphus.
That's really interesting. Because I feel like when I was going to therapy, they were just like, just do exposure therapy, just like put yourself in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, but you had some fucking bargain bin ass therapists.
I did. Can I tell my story about the last time I went to a therapist? That's why I don't go to a therapist anymore.
Yes, I love this story.
So my grandma passed away, and I went to therapy like a week after. And I was also like, I had just broken up with somebody, but we were like sleeping together still. And I go to my therapist and I'm like, sorry, I missed last week. My grandma died. And he was just like, what? Like he was really deeply surprised that my grandma passed away and he didn't know how to handle it. And basically he told me that I should just have sex with my ex to get over the death of my grandma. And that's why I don't go to therapy anymore.
That is so crazy. I once had a therapist.
That's pretty sound advice, actually.
I mean, hey.
I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna bargain bin it.
I will say I do feel great after I bust a nut.
Yes, but I'm sorry.
It does help.
It helps in certain situations, but the death
Not
of
the
your beloved
situation.
grandmother, it does not help.
Okay, you got me there, man. But
He should have told you to just jerk off and not have sex with your ex.
Yeah, it was like he took it a step even farther than it being awful. It was like extremely toxic, you know? It was like
He said you need to bust in her so then your grandma can be reincarnated as your baby. You'll get to see your grandmother again.
She will be your child.
fuck. Honestly, if he had said that to me at the time, I would have done it. Fuck, I get to have grandma back.
You get to raise grandma.
Yo, she's gonna make that great lasagna.
I get to raise grandma. That's the title of this podcast.
Oh my God,
Raising
well,
Grandma.
We can't have another grandma episode. The last
Oh, it's so
episode is
good.
called Grandma's Big Secret.
This is like the 5th grandma episode.
Grandmas come up every
We always
episode.
come back to
we
it,
are
yeah.
a grandma bunch. I don't know
Grandmas, middle school, shitting, pissing, coming.
It's the fucking formula for the Sewerboys Podcast.
And also dead dog.
why. Dead dogs. Yeah, that's the other one.
That does come up a lot.
How about an ad, guys? Do we want to do an ad? This episode of the Sewerboys Podcast is brought to you by Bentley Benson's Bugatorium. Need bugs? They got them. Spiders, ants, worms, and larvae of all sorts. You're not going to find a better deal on bugs anywhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. The Bugatorium provides insects of all kinds. No questions asked. That is the Bentley Benson promise. He will never, ever ask you what you're doing with the bugs. Letting cockroaches loose in your apartment so your awful roommate will move out? That is none of Bentley's business. Buying 10,000 ladybugs to set free in local government buildings after the court gave your ex-wife full custody? Bentley will never tell. Breeding mosquitoes to create a new form of vaccine-resistant supermalaria? He'd prefer if you didn't use his mosquitoes to make supermalaria, but he cannot and will not stop you from doing so. So come on down to the Casa Linda Shopping Center every Monday between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. behind Albertsons. If you can answer Craig's riddle, he will bring you to Mr. Benson. Praying mantises, stick bugs, stink bugs, wet bugs, dry bugs. If you want them, Bentley has them. Bentley Bunson's Bugatorium. Tell him Sewerboy sent you for your free box of earthworms. Thanks, Mr. Benson.
Thank you, Benson.
Thanks, Benson.
That's actually really sick.
Yeah, shout out.
I want bugs.
I want mad bugs, dog.
What would you do with your bugs?
Set them loose. Let them go free.
I think if I had a bunch of bugs,
You do, but they're inside of you.
if I had a bunch of bugs, I'd probably like what kind of bugs we talking? Any bug.
Any bug you can.
I think I would like a box of ants.
What would you do with it?
Just look at it.
Oh, like an ant farm.
Yeah, but also, what if I took them all out and stacked them?
Like stack the ants on top of one another.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't
Jenga.
think they'd cooperate.
Well, I train them like
You train them to be stacked.
like Ant-Man.
pigeons. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would like to have a life where I just take care of pigeons.
Oh my god, you remember when I got really into pigeons
No.
for like 3
What?
days?
What?
I was playing Final Fantasy 16.
You hate
When was this?
I hate pigeons in reality, but in the concept of pigeons, I like a lot.
Interesting.
I'm into the pigeon concept.
So basically, I was playing Final Fantasy 16, and at the beginning of the game, there's a guy who does magic on an owl. Sends it to like send a message to somebody, and I was like, wait a second, how the fuck do messenger pigeons work? So, and I also smoked a bunch of CBD.
I was gonna say, what year was this?
This was last year, 2
I
years ago.
remember the conversation of how they work.
And I learned all about how carrier pigeons work. And I can tell you about it right now because here's what
Tell me
needs to
about
happen
it.
to me.
It's
I need
fucked
to
up.
get fucking high more. I need to get high all
You've
the
been
time.
saying this for a while.
I know. I need to get high all the time because I learn things when I'm high. Which is crazy.
It was
Interesting.
CBD.
You would think you forget, but I remember. So basically you have to buy a pigeon.
Okay.
And you have to grow it and feed it in your home, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you have to take it, you have to carry it, right? You have to carry it like 5 miles away
Yes.
and it'll come back to you.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Because it's where it get fed. That's where it got fed.
But
That's
how does
like-
it remember?
It has something in its brain. It has like a
Sonar.
radar in its brain.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fucked up. But basically all you do is you keep taking it far away.
Mhm.
Like farther away, like it's not a week. It's like I don't remember exactly actually, but it's every like, certain amount of time passes.
Yeah.
You take it like 10 miles away, 15 miles away, and then it keeps flying back. And eventually you get it can go up to 100 miles, I think. And you get to the location you want to send a message to.
Mhm.
And you move its bed there.
Uh-huh.
So it will sleep there and it will eat at your place.
and then go back and
It
forth.
will just go back and forth. And you just put a message on it.
It's kind of a big investment. It's kind of romantic though. It's like if you go through the trouble of doing that
Mm-hmm.
for
Can we
somebody that
get-
you care about.
Can we get into pigeon messaging?
I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That would rock.
We could definitely send
We need to
messages
disable
across
our social media accounts and just get a bunch of carrier pigeons
Yes.
Like, imagine, Vinny, it's
with USBs to the podcast.
imagine it's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You're dead asleep,
Mm.
and there's slamming on your window.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
rapping on my window.
But what if it runs into the window? That's a bad omen.
That's true.
Right. I'm gonna send you a bad omen and a message, and the message is gonna say something stupid that you got out of bed for and you're really pissed off about. You're like, what the fuck is this fucking pigeon doing here giving me bad omens? And then you open the message and it just says poopy pants. That's all I would send you.
I thought you could be more creative with the message.
No, that was it, because I feel like that would really just aggravate the shit out of him.
I mean, I would be furious for sure.
Yeah, because not only do you have a shitty, stupid message, but you also have to clean up a dead pigeon.
That's true, and that's
Yeah.
a problem.
And also you're cursed.
and I'm afraid of the bird flu.
And you're terrified of it.
I'm
Also,
gonna-
no, if we had pigeons, we clean them.
Yeah, I'm honestly not afraid of the bird flu.
I'd give it a
anymore.
bath and dawn.
I moved
No,
on.
for sure. I would put Dove soap on my pigeon.
I feel like you can't do that. That's unethical.
I don't know what's ethical. I don't read the news.
Dove's a bird. Do you get it, Vinny?
Yeah, I get it.
I don't read the news. I don't read the Bible. Don't have any morals.
Interesting.
I would put a metal beak on the pigeon
Yeah.
so that it would shatter your window when it came in.
Oh, you could start a business of like if people lock their babies or their dogs in a hot car, you just send birds
You just send your pigeons.
Oh,
to break the window.
Rescue
Okay,
pigeons.
never mind. I thought you were going the other way. I thought it was opening
No,
a
rescue
euthanasia business.
Oh,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
rescue pigeons.
Don't lock your dog in a hot car.
The bird will keep the door locked so they can't get out.
Do you want to kill your dog?
I'll do it for you. You feel none of the guilt, but get all of the results.
All he
You
needs,
feel another guilt, but all the dead dog.
I know you don't want to do it. I do.
I'll even get a rental car so you don't have to smell it later.
Yeah. There will be no scent and no guilt. Jimmy Dean's guilt-free dog euthanasia services.
I was-
Let me put it in a car.
I thought we could call it 4 friends, 1 hot car.
For an extra fee of $2,000, I'll season up your dead dog and I'll serve it to you.
RFK style.
We got back to dead
Dead dogs, always.
I told you. We're hitting every checkpoint.
This is the greatest hits. This is the greatest hits episode. Well, it's the first time
It's
all
ending
four of
soon.
us are on this.
They usually do greatest hits when the show is dying.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
But
so.
we do it every week.
Yeah, we do it every week.
Hey, but Kevin's got something to say.
Oh, that's true. Jake.
Hi again. It's me, Kevin. I did something bad. My new mom, Becky, told me we can get diary. Fuck, let me start. Let me start
It's
over.
so awesome that we started a podcast where reading is a main element of it with three guys that can't fucking read. I just know that your classmates were fucking dreaded when you got popcorn. I just know it.
I used to sweat getting popcorn.
I just know that's true. All right, try again.
Okay. Hi again. It's me, Kevin. I did something bad. My new mom, Becky, told me we could get Dairy Queen on the way home from
Keep going. Keep going.
No, I wrote those in.
This is crazy. Man, this is insane.
What did you write? Come on, Jake. Commit.
The forest court. If I told the man in the black robe about how I saw Mom and neighbor Devin wrestling, but everyone started talking, and the man in the robe hit a hammer really hard and hurt my ears. Then he told me about sex, and he told me how I came from my mom. And then I asked about if my brother Todd and Becky were wrestling or doing person making. And then my dad got really mad at me and at Todd and Becky, and then I didn't have to talk anymore. But then Becky went up to talk to the people and told everyone that she knows my brother from school. But he dropped out of college, and it was only 2 months in, so I think fuck, I lost my place. Only 2 months in, I think she knows him from high school. And my brother and her are in love, and that's gross because my brother's icky. But she said my dad and her dad have been with each other for 2 Wait. But she said my dad and her have been with each other for 2 years, which is a long time. So they took my dad away and then said he's not coming back for a while. So they gave all the money to Becky, and she says she's going away without my brother. So now I'm going to live with Grandma. I'm Kevin. I'm sad. This is the news, I guess.
Fucking brilliant.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank
for
you,
writing
Kevin.
that.
Thank you, Kevin.
Hope things turn around soon.
I hope Grandma's doing all right. We'll find out next week.
Fucking the force court.
That is one of the most brilliant things you've ever written. The force court. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Can I get a soda?
Yeah, I'm gonna get another beer.
Okay.
What happened to you guys this week?
I had an interesting interaction with a homeless person.
What did they do?
It was actually just leaving work today. I was getting into my car, and she came up to the front of my car and she waved at me, and I waved back, and I opened my door, and I was like, "What's up?" And she was like, "Do you think this is a funny sign?" And it said something along the lines of, "If you can't give me $1, can you just run me over?"
That's fucking funny.
And she was like, "Do you think people will think this is funny and give me money?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Like that's
Like,
good.
I was like, "If I saw that, I would give you lots of money." And she was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I don't want any of your money though." And I was like, "Okay." But honest to God, I didn't have any on me. Anytime I have loose cash, I give it away. But I just don't.
Maybe that's
it's-
why you're poor.
You should have hit her
Atypical.
with the car.
Okay. Here is a little Reddit to close us out. I, 23M, moved my coworkers, .. female stuff from the chair when I took my break. I thought I was being courteous by doing so instead of sitting on it, and she didn't say anything the first day, so I had no idea it was an issue. Next day, we're working together again, and she confronts me about it, saying it was very disrespectful to touch her stuff and that I should have asked first. I apologized and told her honestly I had no idea she considered that to be disrespectful. I tried to ease the nervous tension and joke, "What, do I have cooties?" I said, which seemed to upset her even more. She told the boss and he agreed with her. These two do have quite the mean streak, so I can't tell if I was wrong or if they were just getting mad at me as usual. And in the follow-ups he says, so it's a break room and there's a chair, right? And there's only one chair and this lady keeps leaving her stuff on the chair. So is he the asshole for moving it?
No. As you guys know, when we all lived together, not Jake. Sorry, Jake, you didn't get to live with me.
I'm the only one who's lived with everybody in this room.
I would just move your guys' shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's in my way.
No, I see. This is why I wanted to talk about it, because I was wondering if anyone would disagree. But I am very pro moving people's things, even strangers. If you leave your stuff at the laundromat, I'm gonna move it.
Yeah.
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 That's on you. Don't leave it there.
Yeah. Just
Set a
saying.
fucking
Be on a
timer.
schedule.
Some people are really weird about that, though. Some people are like, don't touch my things. I'm
Then
like,
don't leave it there.
No, I
It's
give
your
a grace period,
responsibility.
but
No grace
like
period.
if you take forever, like move your shit.
No grace period.
Vinny's
I'm a
waiting at the fucking washer
I'm
the
a
second
fucking-
it goes off.
I'm a dictator when it comes to this stuff. Be prompt.
Well-
you need to be in the laundromat when the timer goes off. You need to be standing in front of it waiting for the timer to end.
Vinny wants you to have nothing else to do ever. Remember, we knew somebody.
To be fair, if you have to do your laundry in a laundromat, it's your responsibility to time everything.
That's true.
You
Who
don't
do
get to
we
be
know?
lazy unless you have your own washer and dryer.
Exactly.
What?
we knew somebody in college that did not want to wait for anybody's laundry to be done.
And they just move your shit all the time.
No. She unplugged the washer. Because wait, no.
Who was this?
No. Wait, it was the opposite. Somebody
I have no
moved
idea what
her
you're talking
stuff
about.
Uh-huh.
and put their shit in the washer, and she was like a minute late after. It was basically a Vinny.
Yeah. Is a girl
situation.
Vinny? God, he wishes.
And she climbed on the washer and unplugged it while these other person's clothes were in the washer.
That's evil. That's terrible.
Who was this? Just say your name. Oh, that's fucked. I didn't know she did that.
you didn't know
That's
she did that?
that's so fucking unnecessary.
Yeah, that's villainous. I don't
like
don't do that.
it's still the dryer was still going or the washer was still going.
The washer. So they had taken her shit out, moved it
Yeah.
on top of another fucking dryer.
Oh.
Rightfully so. I
Oh,
say.
it was in retaliation. Oh, no,
Yeah.
she's fine then.
She
What? No, an eye for an eye makes
She
the whole
was-
world
No.
blind, brother.
She was only like a minute late down there and saw her wet clothes just sitting out,
uh-huh.
and then
To be
someone else
fair,
in the washer, so she climbed on that shit.
I would do something
unplugged
very
it.
similar.
No, you don't.
If someone touched my stuff in the laundromat, I would just open up their stuff if it was in the dryer when like I know it just started.
It's
So when they would
fucking
get there, they'd have to
horrible.
restart it.
Okay, real quick.
No, because they
Turn the
like,
other cheek.
Like, don't touch my shit.
The laundromat's a different situation. Because
Got
my
my
underwear
underwear.
in there.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
Yeah,
Don't touch where my balls
See,
are.
No.
Don't look at my little poop streaks.
that's why I
Okay.
give a grace period.
Wait, so when you take out people's, like somebody leaves something in the dryer, you take it out?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's like
Vinny gives it a little
panties?
sniff and a lick and then puts it back down.
Okay, I will say that I will try to find a male-looking set of clothing because typically I have in my domicile
Uh-huh.
there are a lot of washers and dryers, right?
Yeah.
I live in a very big building with a very big laundry room in the basement. So typically there are numerous washers and dryers that are full up and on zero.
Mhm.
So if there's none available and I need to move something, I will try to zero in on somebody's like sheets or maybe like
That's
it just looks
worse.
male pants.
This is a whole Mission Impossible.
You shouldn't
thing
do
got
that.
going on.
Fuck you,
You
man.
shouldn't do that.
No, get your stuff.
How would you feel? Okay, your bed sheets where you sleep every night.
Uh-huh.
How would you feel if someone else's dirty hands were touching them?
I don't care. If
Think about
I
it.
no,
You
if
don't care? I
If
don't believe you don't care.
if I made the
I
mistake
don't believe that either.
of leaving it in there and was not prompt about it, then yeah, move
I
it.
don't believe for a second that you care.
I feel
That
like
you
that
wouldn't
may
care.
have happened when we were living
No,
together.
that's
and
not
you
true.
Did not like it.
I
But
was
it might
always
not have been with clothes. It might have been with something else.
No. I am a very prompt person. I don't want people to be mad at me.
That's true, but I think if somebody moved your stuff, especially your bed sheets or your underwear, you
No.
wouldn't like it very much.
The germs would ring in my mind. I'd be like, what if this person that moved it had like scabies or something?
Cheeto fingers.
Yeah, that would scare me a little bit. I would be afraid of disease. However, I'd be like, I deserve it.
Cheeto finger disease.
Bro's getting Cheetoed.
I'd be like, I deserve whatever's coming to me because I was a fucking dickhead and I didn't move my stuff on time.
Mhm.
I don't. No.
That's why I think you have to have a grace period.
Somebody could open my
Yeah.
washer, take my stuff out, and throw it on the floor, and I would not confront them. I would.
Oh, I'd be so
That's because
pissed.
you're afraid of confrontation, though. That's
Yeah.
nothing to do
Right.
with you not being mad about it.
Well, I would be mad about that specifically, yes, but I would,
Right.
you could spit in my mouth and I wouldn't be mad about it.
I could spit in your mouth. You wouldn't be mad about it.
No, I would be
Come
mad,
here.
but
Come
I, but I, if it was you, that's it depends. But
On a Saturday night, I don't think you'd mind that much.
couple drinks.
Couple drinks in you. Couple drinks in me.
Some
See what-
lights down.
see
When you
what-
spit in my mouth, I swallow.
All right, let's end this stupid fucking podcast.
We didn't even talk about the fucking the Reddit. We just went to a separate tangent. That's so funny.
We talked about the
That's
Reddit.
good.
They're not
I
bad.
Well,
They're not bad for moving a chair with people's stuff on it, but they would be bad if they weren't
Right.
a laundromat and they
if
moved
it was
stuff.
laundry, it's different. If it's just like
Nah, fuck you.
no, there's lines. There's lines.
No, there's no
Shit.
lines.
Sorry.
Always, if you're not
No,
there,
there's lines.
I don't care. I don't care if your grandma fell down the stairs and cracked her head open. Like
You
an egg.
fucking better care if my grandma fell down the stairs and cracked her head open. You better. You know what that put me through? I had to have sex with my ex-girlfriend because of that.
and,
Cut.
and reincarnate. All right, let me read our
That was
outro and then. we
Oh
can be
damn
done.
it! There's an outro.
Of course, there's a fucking outro.
Well, I know, but that would have been a good.
All right. The Sewerboys Podcast drops every Thursday at 7 a.m. on all platforms with a video version exclusively on YouTube. If you enjoyed the show, please rate the show, follow, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts
Even on
and
Audible?
Spotify. Shut up. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram and X.com, the Everything app, for all the latest at Sewerboys HQ. If you want to help us keep the show going, please consider subscribing at patreon.com/SewerboysLive for an extended cut of the podcast and all kinds of other exclusives. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
We are on Audible.
Are we really?
Yeah.
I just wanted to interrupt Vinny.
I'm going to Bud Dwyer myself on this fucking program next week.